Welcome to Yushi Talks. Shooting at Trump rally is being investigated as assassination attempt. Donald Trump appeared to be the target of an assassination attempt as he spoke during a rally in Pennsylvania on Saturday, two law enforcement officials said. The former president, his ear covered in blood from what he said was a gunshot, was quickly pulled away by Secret Service agents and his campaign said he was fine. A local prosecutor said the suspected gunman and at least one attendee are dead. The Secret Service said two spectators were critically injured. Posting on his Truth social media site about 2.5 hours after the shooting, Trump said a bullet pierced the upper part of my right ear. I knew immediately that something was wrong in that I heard a whizzing sound, shots, and immediately felt the bullet ripping through the skin, he said in the post. Much bleeding took place, so I realized then what was happening. The attack, by a shooter who law enforcement officials say was then killed by the Secret Service, was the most serious attempt to assassinate a president or presidential candidate since Ronald Reagan was shot in 1981. It comes amid a deeply polarized political atmosphere, just 4 months from the presidential elections and days before Trump is to be officially named the Republican nominee at his party's convention. Trump's aides said late Saturday that the convention would proceed and Trump looks forward to joining you all in Milwaukee. President Trump thanks law enforcement and first responders for their quick action during this heinous act, spokesman Stephen Chung said in a statement. He is fine and is being checked out at a local medical facility. More details will follow. The Secret Service said the suspected shooter fired from an elevated position outside of the rally venue. Trump is safe and being evaluated, the agency said. There's no place in America for this type of violence, President Joe Biden, who is running against Trump as the presumptive Democratic nominee, said in remarks. It's sick. It's sick. Two officials spoke to the Associated Press on the condition of anonymity to discuss the ongoing investigation. They said the shooter was not an attendee at the rally and was killed by U.S. Secret Service agents. The officials said the shooter was engaged by members of the U.S. Secret Service Counter-USO team. The heavily armed tactical team travels everywhere with the president and major party nominees and is meant to confront any active threats while other agents focus on safeguarding and evacuating the person at the center of protection. Law enforcement recovered an AR-style rifle at the scene, according to a third person familiar with the matter who spoke on condition of anonymity to discuss the ongoing investigation. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, whose department oversees the Secret Service, said officials were engaged with the Biden and Trump campaigns and taking every possible measure to ensure their safety and security. Trump, the presumptive Republican nominee, was showing off a chart of border crossing numbers during his last rally before the Republican National Convention opens Monday when the apparent shots began just after 6:10 p.m. It took 2 minutes from the moment of the first shot for Trump to be placed in a waiting SUV. As Trump was talking, a popping sound was heard, and the former president put his right hand up to his right ear, as people in the stands behind him appeared to be shocked. As the first pop rang out, Trump said, "Oh," and grabbed his ear as 2 more pops could be heard and he crouched down. More shots are heard then. Someone could be heard saying near the microphone at Trump's lectern, "Get down, get down, get down, get down." As agents tackled the former president. They piled atop him to shield him with their bodies, as is their training protocol, as other agents took up positions on stage to search for the threat. Screams were heard in the crowd of several thousand people. A woman is heard screaming louder than the rest. Afterward, voices were heard saying, "Shooters down," several times, before someone asks, "Are we good to move?" And, "Are we clear?" Then, someone ordered, "Let's move." Trump could be heard on the video saying at least twice, "Let me get my shoes, let me get my shoes," with another voice heard saying, "I've got you, sir." Trump got to his feet moments later and could be seen reaching with his right hand toward his face. There appeared to be blood on his face. He then pumped his fist in the air and appeared to mouth the word, "Fight," twice his crowd of supporters, prompting loud cheers and then chants of, "USA! USA! USA!" The crowd cheered as he got back up and pumped his fist. His motorcade left the venue moments later. Video showed Trump turning back to the crowd and raising a fist right before he was put into a vehicle. The perils of campaigning took on a new urgency after the assassination of Robert F. Kennedy in California in 1968, and again in 1972 when Arthur Bremer shot and seriously hurt George Wallace, who was running as an independent on a campaign platform that has sometimes been compared to Trump's. That led to increased protection of candidates, even as the threats persisted, notably against Jesse Jackson in 1988 and Barack Obama in 2008. Presidents, particularly after the assassination of John F. Kennedy in 1963, have even greater layers of security. Trump is a rarity as both a former president and a current candidate. Biden was briefed on the incident, the White House said. He received an updated briefing from Kimberly Cheatle, the director of the United States Secretary Service, Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, and White House Homeland Security Advisor Liz Sherwood Randall. He told reporters after 8 p.m. that he hadn't been able to reach Trump yet but was briefed that the former president was doing well. "I hope I get to speak to him tonight," he said. Trump's eldest son, Donald Trump Jr., posted a photo on X of Trump, his fist raised and his face bloody in front of an American flag, with the words, "He'll never stop fighting to save America." North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum, Florida Sen. Marco Rubio and Ohio Sen. J.D. Vance, the three men on Trump's shortlist for vice president, all quickly sent out statements expressing concern for the former president, with Rubio sharing an image taken as Trump was escorted off stage with his fist in the air and a streak of blood on his face along with the words, "God protected President Trump." Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, a Democrat, said in a statement on X that he had been briefed on the situation and Pennsylvania State Police were on hand at the rally site. "Violence targeted at any political party or political leader is absolutely unacceptable. It has no place in Pennsylvania or the United States," he said. "Thank you for listening to me. Bye."